Aaron Judge has called out the New York Yankees front office ahead of the trade deadline, and we have to talk about it. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into the video as we always do, because obviously it's the All-Star break right now. There's no games for a little bit. However, if you are a Yankee fan, you obviously did get to see Aaron Judge and Juan Soto, and notably not Clay Holmes, play in the All-Star game last night as the AL won 5-3, but we all know that. So let's just talk about the real story here, which is Aaron Judge calling out the front office on moves that had to be made. Now, Judge said, we're the Yankees. We're going to try to put ourselves in the best position, and the front office will go out and fill the holes where we need them. But we've got a great group so far, and we'll take any help we can get. Now, look, I know what you're thinking. All right, he didn't call out the front office by the look of that. Let's remember that Aaron Judge is the Yankees captain. He can't go out there and say, yeah, our team needs to be better. We need to make trades. That's not allowed from Aaron Judge. He is supposed to be the leader, the man of stability within the New York Yankees. Just, oh yeah, give boring answers. Be a good, bad interview. Don't give any real news story that people are going to go crazy about. But we also know how Aaron Judge is. He wants to win. The man is an ultra competitor. And when it comes down to it, he knows the team's not good enough. Aaron Judge isn't clueless. He's one of the smartest players around. We know the man wants to win. We know that he will do anything to win. And we know that the New York Yankees, where they stand now, are not good enough to win a World Series. Sure, we're first in the division. That's phenomenal. I'm thrilled. But that's because how our pitching was in the beginning of the year. Aaron Judge was not playing very well when the Yankees were on the win streak. It's because of the pitching, and now Aaron Judge has turned into a reincarnated version of Barry Bonds, or the closest thing to it, and Juan Soto is also having a phenomenal season. But outside of those two, the team is rough. Ben Rice has been great. It gives you stability at first base for the rest of the season before he transitions back into being a catcher. But there's not that much hitting anywhere else, guys, and it definitely worries me. I don't want to see Aaron Judge upset, and obviously he's not going to leave or anything, but still, I don't really want to see that. And when you look at the Yankees, the 15 guys who have played the most games for them, 3 of them are above, really 4 of them are above average in OPS. That's it. Out of 15 players, Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, Jahmai Jones, and Ben Rice, 2 of them they only have 2 starters who have been in the rotation the entire year for the team. They're the only ones with above a 750 OPS. That is a terrible sign. Why do you have 2 of the best hitters in baseball and literally nothing else outside of Ben Rice? Now, Jahmai Jones is playing well. He's a great utility player, but he's not an everyday guy. We don't want Jahmai Jones as an everyday player. That's kind of a signal on the problems that this team has hitting the baseball. And also, fielding's obviously become an issue. The Yankees need infield help, and we are going to talk about that in a moment now, because it is important to note, obviously, things need to happen at the deadline. We're not clueless. We get it. Look, they need hitting. They really need hitting, but they also need fielding, and we saw this story a little bit ago, but we have to go back to it, because as Jon Heyman mentioned, the Marlins are dangling Jazz Chisholm and are certain to trade the all-star closer Tanner Scott. They say the move of Chisholm back to second base from center field isn't trade-related, but 2 teams with rumored interest, the Yankees and the Mariners, both need infielders. Now, the Yankees obviously have a slew of infield issues, but the biggest probably comes at second and third base, if for the Yankees. And Jazz Chisholm, he gives good fielding. He's got a decent on-base percentage. You know, the slugging percentage at .407 could be better, don't get me wrong. He's got a lot of room to grow. With the Yankees, he very well could grow into a much better player than he is now. He's a vibrant guy. I think he'd be good for the Yankees' energy. I would like to see the Yankees trade for him, and obviously in the past, the Marlins did have interest in Gleyber Torres last year. The question is, do they still? And when I said the Yankees have a massive problem at second base, that's because Gleyber's our second baseman. It took him around 6 years to hit a home run. His on-base percentage is bad. His OPS is bad. His batting average is bad. He strikes out a bunch now, which is a problem. I don't know what has happened to Gleyber Torres, but it is terrible. And he definitely needs a change of scenery at the very least. Maybe the Marlins are willing to take a flyer on him, knowing that he's going to need a payday soon, or he's going to be a free agent soon, and he wants to get paid as much money as possible, like literally everyone else who's ever lived. And in the process, you just have to try to move Gleyber for something, I guess. You got to get better fielding. DJ LeMahieu was cooked. He's just cooked. He's at third base. The Yankees got to change that too. You could put Chisholm at second base. You need to go out there and get some sort of stability at third. Oswaldo, I mean, I don't love it. I don't hate it, but I don't love the idea of Oswaldo. Yeah, he's a good enough fielder, but like the hitting's worrisome. It's so inconsistent. More bad than good also, which is worrisome. But when we look at it, the Yankees are just going to need to improve this team. As I mentioned, only 4 guys who have played for them this year out of their main 15 guys that have played, only 4 of them are above a 750 OPS. That's not what you want to see at all, especially out of a team that has Aaron Judge and Juan Soto. Please get a leadoff batter. I don't know if Jazz Chisholm... I do know. He's not. Jazz Chisholm is not who I want as our leadoff batter. He's more of a guy that I'm looking for at second base. Please go get a third baseman who could be a leadoff hitter, Yankees. Just do it. Just add someone, please. Like, help. Anything at all. We don't have a stable leadoff hitter. After that leadoff hitter comes Juan Soto and Aaron Judge. The difference that it would make. I still have no idea why the Yankees never went for Luis Ariz. I don't care what it would have costed. It wouldn't have been enough to make the trade not be worth it, because they need stability on the base. Now, they could also use a guy who could probably run the bases a little better, and Ariz doesn't exactly fill that role, but he's not a bad base runner. The Yankees need someone who could run the bases and run them fast and make contact with the bat. Whoever that is, they have to go out there and find that. And Judge knows it. That's why he's calling the front office out and saying we need any help we can get. And you know what? That's very true. The Yankees need some help. When you look at this team, it's just so underwhelming. There's a reason why they've been losing a ton of games. Their pitching has fallen off a cliff, and that is what was leading them to success earlier in the season. It's undoubtedly true. We all know that's the case. Looking at their starting pitchers, and obviously Cole's not here, but Garrett Cole is pitching, above a 5 ERA, and he's just coming back from an injury. I get it. I'm not worried about Garrett Cole. He'll be fine. Garrett Cole's going to come back. He's going to be Garrett Cole. It's going to take him a moment. He'll get back into the groove of things, and then he'll be all right. Nestor's been stable. Carlos Rodon is an ERA over 10 over his last few starts. He's completely fallen off a cliff. He's essentially becoming Patrick Corbin reincarnated. We have Marcus Stroman, who the numbers don't look terrible, but when you consider the fact that his ERA is over 6 over his last 4 starts, you start to worry. Luis Gil was in the running for Cy Young, but it feels like he just ran out of gas after coming off the surgery. I'm not too worried about Luis Gil in the long run. In the short run, I absolutely am. And Clark Schmidt was great, but now he's on the 60-day DL, so that's a problem. The Yankees are looking at a bunch of problems. Their biggest problem used to be, who is going to lose their starting pitching spot because everyone's pitching well and Garrett Cole's not even here. Well, now no one's pitching well. No one's hitting the ball. This is why they are about to lose that first seed. They're hanging on by a thread. They need momentum back on their side, and that comes through getting a leadoff hitter and getting a pitcher. I think we all know that's the case. So hopefully they could do something at the deadline. Brian Cashman, please make a move. And don't make some underwhelming move. Last year they did nothing exciting at all. They added a relief pitcher out of nowhere, and it made no sense. They need to do something that could spark this team and get a guy who could spark this team. I think Jazz Chisholm would help a lot in doing that, but they also need stability at that leadoff spot and probably some more pitching, especially when you consider their relief pitching is everyone's just getting injured. Clay Holmes I'm a little worried about, but it also might just be burnout. This break is going to help Clay Holmes a lot. Hopefully, as time goes on, he'll kind of continue to get rest. I wouldn't hate if they kind of loosened up on him for a bit, because Clay Holmes, he's going to fall apart if you keep pitching him this much. So, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Have a great day. Enjoy life in general. Go Yankees.